Now we are moving to the orange and light blue sections that are strongly related. With these two sections of the application, you will be able to create a purchase request and register the received goods in your inventory. The basic diagram is shown in this picture. With the purchase request process, a requester can request a purchase that will be evaluated by the purchase office. If approved, the purchase office will place the order and then register the delivery of the goods. Finally, the invoices will be registered as well. When a delivery is registered, the system generates one or more warehouse movements and starts a move management process that will be used to register and create the new assets in the inventory. Log in as a requester and start the process request. The request can involve physical objects that are assets or spare parts or services. In this example, I will choose assets and spare parts, and, for example, I will ask for the purchase of a new computer. Now, log in as the user in the purchase office and approve the request. In the next form, the purchase office creates the purchase order with date, description, and supplier. As well as the order rows. The item field allows you to choose one of the spare parts of asset models of the inventory. Basically, everything that is not as managed as an individual entity, therefore is not an asset with a serial number, belongs to the class Warehouse Items. This class is split into two parts. The spare parts that are things that I buy and that will never become an asset, for example, a box of cables or light bulbs, or the so-called asset model, for example, a precise model of a heater or a computer. When the goods are received, they are put in the warehouse. Then, at some point in time, they will be picked up from the warehouse. They will receive a number, they will be assigned to somebody, and put into use. At this moment, they become assets. Let's order 2 units of a precise model of computer. In this panel, you can register more than one row, but for the sake of brevity, I will just order the 2 computers. Then I place the order. Moving to the Relation tab, I can see that the purchase order class contains a new record. If I move to the purchase order class, I find the new order with its row. Imagine now that some time has passed and the 2 computers have been delivered. The purchase office can register the delivery just saying in which warehouse the computers are going. Then he can decide to close the process, to register a second delivery rated to the same order, or go on registering the invoice. For registering the invoice, a description is required, as well as the date and the total amount. The invoice rows are pre-filled, and the purchase office can add additional information. The purchase office will close the process, assigning an outcome. When we are registering the delivery, the system has been aware of the fact that we have received 3 units of a computer model. Therefore, the system prepares a move management process for registering the goods and creating the assets. Log in as Asset Manager and go to the Logistics section of the application. The system has created a new record in the Warehouse Movement class, with all the data taken from the order and the delivery inserted during the purchase request process. The situation of the warehouses has also been updated. For instance, see this report. We see that there are 11 units of these computer models, the last 2 coming from the delivery that we have just registered. Moving to the move management process, we can create the assets and place them in the inventory. Note that this step is not compulsory. You will be able to open a new move management process to transform these warehouse items into assets at any point in time, even later. As an example, let's create the 2 assets. I give them a unique code and I set the warranty end date. I close this grid and advance the process. At this moment, the assets are added to the inventory and they are linked to the warehouse movement that I am currently processing. Indeed, if I open the warehouse movement record and I take a look at the Relations tab, here are the 2 new computers. Going back to the process, I'm now presented with the form from which I can check the information about the 2 new computers. When the Asset Manager is happy with their data, he can advance and close the process. The move management process can be used for many other types of moves. For instance, you can move objects between warehouses, pick them from a warehouse, and assign them to a user, transfer one set of assets from one site to another, and so on. All the types have similar flows, where you select the type of movement, you select the warehouse items, and then confirm and check the changes. As an example, let's collect from the warehouse one of the 2 new computers. As an asset manager, I start a new process of move management with the type picking from warehouse for use. Here, I created the movements for one computer of the model we chose before. Now I can select an asset from all the assets that belong to the selected model and that are currently placed in the selected warehouse. I pick this one and confirm. If I move now to the computer record, I can check its history and see that it's not in the warehouse anymore. Moreover, the overall quantity of this asset model in the warehouse has been changed to 10 units.